Sometimes in healthcare, we only focus on the most newsworthy problems. It's easy to become complacent with the daily challenges. And we only think about innovation when it comes to things like curing cancer or putting an end to a seemingly never-ending pandemic. It's the things that impact the majority of us that get left behind. If people aren't dying from it right here, right now, then we assume that everything is okay and we don't need to give it any more thought. But can anyone here name one person who would say, good enough when it comes to their children? And more than that, what about when it comes to their newborn baby? As time goes on and technology becomes more and more advanced, it's becoming increasingly obvious that we're becoming complacent when it comes to our most vulnerable. We've neglected innovation when it comes to our children. This is a photo of me and my parents when I was born. Over 30 years later, I just happened to ask my mom about my birth story. She described how distraught she was that after this glorious first 24 hours, she was told that I had jaundice, and she was discharged, but I was kept in the hospital for 4 days alone by myself, completely alone. She said that I was placed in a light box with lights on top and underneath, and she wasn't able to hold me at all. Scary, right? Not exactly how anyone envisions spending the first week of your child's life. You know what's even more scary though? This photo is not of me in the 90s. This photo is from 2019. It's been over 30 years and nothing has changed in the way that we treat babies with jaundice. Over 60% of all babies in the world will experience some form of jaundice in their early days. We all know that birth rate is on the rise, yet jaundice rates remain the same. Babies with jaundice are not going away. How are we okay with keeping so many of our tiniest babies still separated from their mothers during that crucial first week of life? Why does jaundice treatment look the same today as it did in 1991? The reason is that we overlook women and children in healthcare innovation, maybe not on purpose and maybe not maliciously, but it's a known fact that women and children's health has not received the same innovation as other areas of healthcare. It's not like babies have been completely ignored when it comes to jaundice treatment. Treatment does exist in hospitals. Babies are mostly not dying from this in the US anymore. In the 70s, we moved away from telling people to stick babies in the window under the sun, and we came up with overhead light units instead. And in recent years, there's been a few companies trying to create their version of a better light box, but we can change the colors and give these products a modern facelift, but essentially they're all still different versions of the same thing. And in the 80s, we created fiber optic treatment. So some babies could receive treatment at home. But from the 80s until now in 2022, this has been the advancement of these products. That's it. That's where the innovation stopped. The common theme is that these companies are trying to build a better box. We don't need or want a better box. We don't want a modern looking box. We want to get the baby out of the box, into the arms of their mother, where they belong. And don't take it from us. We've worked with over 300 nurses who are asking for a new jaundice treatment. Within the past 5 years, there's been a shift in mindset. People are noticing that there's inequity in innovation for women and children. Because of this, there's more of a focus on children's innovation, and more products are now being made for women by women. On top of this, hospitals are moving towards becoming baby-friendly and providing family-centered care. Newborn nurseries like this are becoming a thing of the past and being replaced with rooming in, where the baby is cared for at the mother's bedside. And lastly, lighting technology has drastically changed over the years. We've gone from halogen bulbs like this to LEDs that fit in the palm of your hand. We can do things now with lighting that could never have been done before. We've completely changed the way our jaundice babies can experience their first week of life. Introducing Snuglet, a first of its kind wearable treatment for infant jaundice. We use flexible lighting and a simple, soft swaddle, a design that came straight from the mouths of moms and nurses. We've designed a way to get baby out of the box and into your arms, where they belong. Snuglet completely eliminates separation during treatment. For nurses, no more taking the baby away from parents when parents won't leave their screaming baby in the box. Snuglet frees up time and energy for patients who need the most. For hospitals, Snuglet is a way to send patients home earlier and free up bed space. With a hospital-grade treatment and a home-friendly package, this is the perfect solution to decreasing lengths of stay due to jaundice. For parents, Snuglet completely eliminates separation during treatment and allows you to keep your baby with you, just like you would if your baby was not jaundiced. And for baby, Snuglet keeps him snug and cozy in a swaddle wrap. No more distressing light boxes or annoying eye goggles. Snuglet needs to be in every single hospital in the US. The only way we can get there is if there's awareness that a better solution exists. We need to prioritize getting new technology into hospitals so that this becomes standard of care for all babies. I want every soon-to-be mom to be made aware that this is an option for them and to demand that their hospitals provide more than just treating the condition, because no one should have to settle for good enough, especially when it comes to their children. Some of the best hospitals in the country are waiting to use Snuglet. This tells me that innovation can come from us. Innovation doesn't have to be driven by big companies any longer. Instead, innovation can come from nurses who are so bothered by something, they decide to find their own solution. And it can come from female entrepreneurs like me, who see a need and decide to step up and do something about it. It's my personal mission to bring this product to babies across the globe, because all of our children should have a beautiful first week of life. And to get there, it's our job to make sure that they stay at the heart of innovation. Thank you.